The FBI is still waiting to question the teenage terror suspect captured in a dramatic operation in the suburbs of Boston. More details have emerged of the moment police closed in on the man they believe carried out the marathon bombing, which killed 3 and brought panic to the streets of the city.
This is the moment police encountered Johar Tsarnaev in a Boston backyard. The initial frantic shootout brought to a sudden stop. Police needed him alive.
All units, you do not return fire.
A helicopter with a thermal imaging camera confirmed it. The 19-year-old hiding under the tarpaulin of a boat.
We have movement in the boat. He just sat up. He's moving, flailing about, quite a bit of movement.
So it was time for the negotiators. It took hours to convince him. Arrested and rushed to hospital, he remains sedated, in a serious condition and so far unable to talk. If ever there was a conflict between personal feeling and professionalism, then this is it. In a hospital bed behind me lies the bomber, being treated by the same nurses, tending to the same victims, and many of them are now amputees. Also, new details about the initial shootout in Watertown. The older brother, Tamerlan Tsarnaev, was wearing an explosive vest when he walked towards police.
And he runs out of ammunition, the bad guy. And so one of my police officers comes off the side and tackles him in the street. We're trying to get him handcuffed. At the same time, at the last minute, one of them yells out, "Look out," and here comes the black SUV, the carjacked car, directly at them. They dive out of the way, and he runs over his brother and drags him a short distance down the street.
In effect, killing his brother.
Yes.
And after the cold-hearted crime at the marathon, incredibly, Johar went back to university, attended classes, went to parties.
The high school student that I knew and the high school student that all my classmates knew is the exact opposite.
So no real answers yet on the college students who turned on the country that took them in.
Too many people in this country just like him that are espousing things that aren't particularly kind to Americans. But that's not against the law here.
Certainly a dark side, but what no one expected was this.
Live now to Denham. We know the bomber isn't talking yet, but how is the investigation going?
Pete, he is undoubtedly the key to all this, and the FBI is now trying to unravel his life and that of his brother. They're looking at their friends, people they've lived with have either been arrested or questioned, but so far, Pete, they've all been released. But in particular, they're looking at the older brother, Tamerlan, the 26-year-old, a recent trip that he did to Russia. He came back with some more extremist views. They want to know who he saw, how long he was there, basically everything about that trip. But that's not about today. The cathedral, the church behind me, pretty soon will be packed with people. It's a Sunday here, and as a service for the victims and their families. And Pete, it will be an end to one of the toughest weeks in this city's history.
All right, Denham, thank you.